So, you want to cook a steak. Well then, you must know the variables. Because there's an art to getting a good crust and a perfect interior. Thick cuts are best. So if cooking a thin steak, choose which you want more, crust or perfect interior. But your best bet is to custom order at a local butcher or a trusted source. Also, steaks like T-bone, porterhouse, and ribeye have different parts that cook at different rates. For even results, cook the parts separately. For my purposes, I'm using a New York strip. It's naturally even, it has good marbling, and most importantly, a good fat cap. Now I like my steak rare, medium rare, but it's not as simple as just setting a thermometer to 125 because you have variables like searing, basting, and resting. Let's see this in action. Okay, so first preheat the oven to 350, get the pan hot for about 30 minutes, and bring the meat up to about room temperature. Pat the steak dry and season one side with salt. You'll season the other when it hits the pan. About 5 minutes before you're ready to cook, prep your basting station, set your thermometer to 10 degrees below your desired doneness, open a window, and turn on a fan. Add a little oil to the pan and wait until it smokes like this before adding the meat. Here I'm using the constant flip technique, flipping about every 20 seconds, but you don't want to flip much more than 8 or 9 times, especially the thinner the meat. Then take the pan off the heat, stand the steak upright on the fatty side to render the fat out and bring down the heat of the pan. Then remove the steak from the pan, add your basting ingredients, and check the steak's temperature. Here, it's about 103, which means searing alone contributed at least about 30 degrees. So I put the steak back in the pan, and even with no flame, the temperature still hit 118, which means basting can account for at least 10 or 15 degrees. As soon as the thermometer goes off, remove the steak, add more basting liquid, and rest for at least 10 minutes. To be fancy, add wine to the pan to deglaze, reduce, add a little Worcestershire sauce, heavy cream, reduce a little more, and spoon over the steak. Okay, so this is what it looks like. And now is the time to add black pepper and any other flavors you like hot sauce, garlic powder, you name it. I also like to add salt to the side just for a little extra seasoning. As you can see, even though I took the steak off at 118, the edge is around 130 to 135, which means the center is around 128 to 130, which means resting added about 10 degrees, which is just what I'm looking for. So that's cooking with the variables. The more you practice, the more you'll notice the details, the better your steak experience will be.